The morning mist hung low over the countryside roads leading to Highgrove House, where Queen Camilla was scheduled to attend a private charity event. Detective Sergeant Michael Harrison adjusted his radio earpiece as he positioned himself at the primary checkpoint, 3 miles from the estate entrance. His team had been briefing since dawn about the security protocols for the royal visit. Harrison had been working royal protection details for 12 years, but something felt different about this particular morning. The intelligence reports had mentioned increased chatter about potential disruptions, though nothing specific enough to warrant canceling the engagement. His instincts, honed by years of experience, told him to be extra vigilant. At precisely 9:47 a.m., the radio crackled to life. "Delta Team, we have the convoy approaching from the south. 3 vehicles as expected. ETA to your position, 4 minutes. Harrison acknowledged the transmission and signaled to his partner, Constable Sarah Chen, who was stationed 20 yards ahead with their specially trained security dog, Rex. Rex was a German shepherd with an impeccable record in detection work. The dog had been trained not just for explosives and drugs, but also for identifying unusual chemical signatures that might indicate contraband or unauthorized materials. His nose could detect substances that even the most sophisticated scanning equipment might miss. As the convoy appeared over the hill, Harrison noted the standard formation: a lead security vehicle, the royal transport, and a trailing support car. The vehicles maintained the proper spacing and approached at the expected speed. Everything appeared routine, yet Harrison's unease persisted. The lead vehicle, a black Range Rover with tinted windows, slowed as it approached the checkpoint. Harrison raised his hand in the standard signal, and the vehicle came to a complete stop. The driver, whom Harrison recognized as Sergeant Davies from the Royal Protection Unit, rolled down his window. "Morning, Mike. All clear ahead?" Davies asked, his tone professional but slightly strained. "Standard check, Tom. You know the drill," Harrison replied, walking around to inspect the vehicle. As he did so, he noticed Chen and Rex moving toward the second vehicle in the convoy. The royal transport was an armored Bentley, its deep blue paint gleaming despite the overcast sky. Through the bulletproof windows, Harrison caught a glimpse of Queen Camilla, dressed in an elegant navy coat, reviewing some papers. She appeared relaxed, unaware of the security measures being conducted around her. Rex began his inspection routine at the rear of the Bentley, his powerful nose working methodically along the vehicle's exterior. The dog had been trained to alert in specific ways depending on what he detected. A sit meant explosives, a paw raise indicated drugs, and a distinctive bark pattern suggested other unauthorized materials. Suddenly, Rex stopped near the trunk area of the Bentley. His body language shifted dramatically. The dog's ears perked up and he began moving in tight circles around a specific section of the vehicle. This was not one of his trained alert behaviors. Harrison had never seen the dog react this way. Chen immediately moved closer to Rex, reading the animal's unusual body language. The dog was clearly detecting something, but his response didn't match any of the standard training protocols. Rex began pawing at the ground near the vehicle's rear left wheel well, then looked up at Chen with an expression that seemed almost confused. "Mike, we've got something irregular here," Chen called out, keeping her voice low to avoid alarming anyone in the convoy. Harrison quickly moved to Chen's position, while maintaining visual contact with the other vehicles. The third car in the convoy, another Range Rover containing additional security personnel and equipment, remained idling with its occupants watching the proceedings with professional interest. "What's Rex picking up?" Harrison asked, noting that the dog was now sitting but maintaining intense focus on the specific area of the vehicle. "I'm not sure. It's not his standard alert for any of the substances he's trained to detect, but he's definitely indicating something," Chen replied, running her hand along Rex's back to keep him calm. Harrison activated his radio. "Control, this is Delta Team at Checkpoint 1. We need a Level 2 inspection protocol. Possible irregular detection." The response came immediately. Delta Team, confirm Level 2. Technical Team dispatched. Hold position. Within moments, Harrison noticed increased activity from the security personnel in the third vehicle. 2 officers emerged, one carrying a portable scanning device, the other with additional detection equipment. Their movements were swift but controlled, designed not to create alarm. The officer with the scanner, whom Harrison recognized as Inspector Williams from the Specialized Detection Unit, approached the area where Rex had been indicating. Williams was known for his methodical approach and had been involved in several high-profile security investigations. "What do we have, Harrison?" Williams asked, powering up his equipment. "Rex detected something near the rear wheel well, but it's not matching his standard alert patterns. The dog seems certain there's something there, but confused about what it is," Harrison explained. Williams began running his scanner along the vehicle's exterior, paying special attention to the area Rex had identified. The device emitted a series of soft beeps that gradually increased in frequency as it passed over a particular section of the car's undercarriage. "Interesting," Williams muttered, adjusting the scanner's sensitivity. "I'm getting readings that suggest metallic objects that aren't part of the vehicle's standard configuration." Meanwhile, Chen had moved Rex to inspect the other vehicles in the convoy. The dog showed no unusual reactions to either the lead or trailing vehicles, confirming that whatever he had detected was specific to the royal transport. Inside the Bentley, Queen Camilla had noticed the extended inspection, but appeared to trust that her security team was handling whatever situation had arisen. She continued reading her briefing materials, occasionally glancing out at the activity around her vehicle. Harrison's radio buzzed again. "Delta Team, we have authorization for a detailed inspection. Royal passenger will be transferred to the backup vehicle while we conduct the examination." This was a significant development. Transferring a royal passenger during a routine security check indicated that the situation had escalated beyond a simple precautionary measure. Harrison knew that such decisions were not made lightly, and suggested that the initial detection had been taken seriously by the command structure. The process of transferring Queen Camilla was executed with the precision that comes from extensive training. Security personnel from the trailing vehicle positioned themselves strategically, while the lead vehicle backed up to provide additional screening. Queen Camilla was escorted to the backup transport with minimal exposure and maximum protection. With the royal passenger safely relocated, Williams and his team could conduct a thorough examination of the Bentley. They began by using more sophisticated scanning equipment, including devices capable of detecting a wide range of materials that might not be immediately apparent. Rex, meanwhile, was brought back to the vehicle for a more detailed inspection. The dog's behavior remained consistent with his initial reaction. He clearly detected something unusual but seemed unable to categorize it according to his training. "Mike, take a look at this," Williams called, pointing to his scanner's display. "I'm getting consistent readings suggesting there are objects attached to the vehicle's undercarriage that don't match the manufacturer's specifications or any authorized security modifications." Harrison joined Williams in examining the scanner readings. The data showed several small metallic objects positioned along the vehicle's chassis in locations that would be difficult to detect during routine inspections. "Could they be tracking devices?" Harrison asked. "Possible, but the metallic signature is more complex than standard tracking equipment. Whatever these are, they're more sophisticated than typical surveillance gear," Williams replied, continuing his scan. The discovery of unidentified objects attached to the royal transport represented a serious security breach. Harrison immediately activated the emergency protocols, which included expanding the security perimeter and requesting additional specialized personnel. Within minutes, the area around the checkpoint had been transformed into a full-scale investigation site. Bomb disposal experts arrived with robot units capable of safely examining the suspicious objects. Communication specialists set up secure lines to coordinate with intelligence agencies. The routine security check had evolved into a major incident. Queen Camilla, now safely positioned in the backup vehicle at a secure distance, was briefed on the situation by her personal protection officer. Despite the concerning nature of the discovery, she maintained her composure and expressed confidence in her security team's ability to handle the situation. The initial examination by the bomb disposal robot revealed that the objects attached to the vehicle were indeed sophisticated devices, but their exact purpose remained unclear. They appeared to be electronic in nature, with components that suggested both surveillance and communication capabilities. "Command, this is Williams at the checkpoint. We have confirmed presence of unauthorized electronic devices attached to the primary transport. Devices appear to be multifunctional with surveillance and communication components. Requesting full technical analysis team and intelligence liaison." The gravity of the situation was now clear. Someone had managed to attach sophisticated surveillance equipment to the royal transport without detection. This represented not just a security breach, but potentially a significant intelligence compromise. Harrison coordinated with the expanded security team as they worked to secure the scene and begin the complex process of safely removing and analyzing the devices. The morning that had begun as a routine escort had become one of the most significant security investigations of his career. As the technical teams worked, Rex remained at Chen's side, his job done, but his alertness maintained. The dog's exceptional detection had potentially prevented a serious intelligence breach, though the full implications of the discovery were still being determined. The investigation was just beginning, but already it was clear that this incident would have far-reaching consequences for royal security protocols and raise serious questions about how such sophisticated surveillance equipment had been placed on the royal transport without detection. The technical analysis team arrived within 20 minutes of the initial discovery. Their van packed with specialized equipment for safely examining unknown electronic devices. Dr. Rebecca Martinez, the lead technical analyst, had been pulled from another assignment when the severity of the situation became clear. Her expertise in surveillance technology and electronic countermeasures made her the ideal person to lead this investigation. Harrison watched as Dr. Martinez and her team set up a portable analysis station 50 meters from the royal transport. The equipment included signal detection devices, electromagnetic field analyzers, and computer systems capable of safely interfacing with unknown electronic components. Rex had been given a well-deserved break and was resting in the shade of Chen's patrol car, though his ears remained alert to the continued activity around him. Chen stayed close to the dog, knowing that his exceptional detection work had been crucial to uncovering what was clearly a sophisticated operation. The bomb disposal robot had successfully removed 3 of the 4 devices attached to the Bentley's undercarriage. Each device was roughly the size of a smartphone, but much thicker, with multiple antenna arrays and what appeared to be solar charging panels. The 4th device was positioned in a more challenging location and required additional care to remove. "These are definitely not off-the-shelf surveillance equipment," Dr. Martinez announced as she began her preliminary examination. "The construction quality is professional grade, and the components suggest capabilities well beyond simple tracking or audio surveillance." Inspector Williams coordinated with intelligence agencies to run the device serial numbers and component signatures through various databases. The possibility that these were foreign intelligence-gathering tools had not been ruled out, and that potential added another layer of complexity to the investigation. Queen Camilla, still positioned safely in the backup vehicle, received regular updates from her protection team. The delay in her schedule was significant, but the security breach took priority over any engagement commitments. Her private secretary had already begun the delicate process of rescheduling the charity event without revealing the specific reason for the delay. As Dr. Martinez worked, she discovered that the devices were more sophisticated than initially apparent. Each unit contained multiple communication protocols, including cellular, satellite, and short-range radio capabilities. More concerning was the presence of what appeared to be data storage components and advanced signal processing equipment. "Harrison, you need to see this," Dr. Martinez called, gesturing to her analysis screen. These devices weren't just gathering information, they were actively transmitting data in real time. The transmission logs show activity going back at least 2 weeks. This revelation significantly escalated the security implications. If the devices had been transmitting for 2 weeks, they had potentially compromised multiple royal movements and security arrangements. Harrison immediately contacted the intelligence liaison to begin the process of tracking the transmission destinations. The investigation team expanded to include digital forensics experts who would analyze the data storage components of the devices. The possibility that sensitive security information had been compromised meant that multiple ongoing royal protection operations might need to be reassessed. Meanwhile, a parallel investigation began to determine how the devices had been placed on the royal transport. The Bentley was housed in a secure facility when not in use, and access was strictly controlled. The placement of the devices would have required both physical access to the vehicle and detailed knowledge of its security systems. Chief Inspector Patricia Holmes arrived to oversee the expanding investigation. Holmes had extensive experience in counterintelligence operations and immediately recognized the sophistication of what they were dealing with. Her first action was to implement enhanced security protocols for all royal vehicles and facilities. "We're looking at a professional operation," Holmes briefed the assembled team. "The placement of these devices required planning, resources, and access that suggests this wasn't a random targeting. We need to treat this as a potential state-level intelligence operation until proven otherwise." The forensic examination of the Bentley revealed additional concerning details. Microscopic analysis showed that the devices had been professionally installed, with mounting brackets that suggested they were designed to remain undetected during routine inspections. The installation work was of such quality that it would have been difficult to detect without specific scanning equipment. Dr. Martinez's analysis of the device's memory components revealed extensive data logs. The devices had been recording not just location information but also detailed electromagnetic signatures that could potentially be used to identify the vehicle's communication systems and security equipment. "The level of information these devices were gathering is extraordinary," Dr. Martinez explained to the investigation team. "They were essentially creating a complete electronic profile of the royal transport, including communication frequencies, security system signatures, and movement patterns. The implications were staggering. With such detailed information, hostile parties could potentially predict royal movements, interfere with security communications, or even target specific vulnerabilities in the protection systems." Rex was brought back to examine the area where the devices had been removed, and his reaction confirmed that all the suspicious items had been found. The dog's calm behavior indicated that no additional foreign objects remained on the vehicle. The investigation into how the devices had been placed led to a review of all personnel who had access to the royal vehicles. This included not just security personnel, but also maintenance workers, cleaning staff, and anyone else who might have had opportunity to approach the vehicles unobserved. Security footage from the vehicle storage facility was being analyzed, but the sophisticated nature of the device installation suggested that whoever was responsible had carefully studied the facility's security measures and found ways to avoid detection. Queen Camilla was briefed on the full scope of the discovery and the potential security implications. Despite the serious nature of the breach, she insisted on being kept informed of the investigation's progress and wanted to understand what measures were being taken to prevent similar incidents. The analysis of the transmission logs revealed that the devices had been sending data to multiple destinations, some of which appeared to be routed through various international servers to obscure their true endpoints. The intelligence agencies began the complex process of tracing these communication pathways. As the day progressed, The investigation expanded beyond the immediate security breach to examine potential connections to other intelligence-gathering activities. The sophistication of the devices suggested they were part of a larger operation, and authorities began reviewing other recent security incidents for potential links. The technical team discovered that the devices had also been programmed to activate additional functions under certain conditions. One particularly concerning capability was their ability to interfere with specific radio frequencies commonly used by security teams. This suggested that the devices weren't just gathering intelligence, but could potentially be used to disrupt royal protection operations. Harrison coordinated with the facility security team to implement immediate enhanced screening protocols for all royal vehicles. Every vehicle in the royal fleet would undergo comprehensive technical sweeps to ensure no additional surveillance devices had been planted. The investigation revealed that the devices had been manufactured using components sourced from multiple countries, making it difficult to trace their origins. However, the assembly techniques and programming signatures provided clues that intelligence analysts were working to decode. By late afternoon, a clearer picture was emerging of the scale and sophistication of the operation. The placement of the devices represented months of planning and surveillance. The perpetrators had studied royal security procedures, identified vulnerabilities, and executed a complex intelligence-gathering operation that had gone undetected for weeks. Chief Inspector Holmes convened a security briefing that included representatives from multiple intelligence agencies. The discovery had implications not just for royal security, but for national security more broadly. If similar devices had been placed on other government vehicles or in sensitive facilities, the intelligence compromise could be extensive. The investigation team worked through the evening, knowing that time was critical. If those responsible for placing the devices realized they had been discovered, they might activate additional capabilities or attempt to destroy evidence of their broader operation. Rex, having played the crucial role in the discovery, was recognized for his exceptional work. The dog's ability to detect something that sophisticated scanning equipment had missed demonstrated the continued importance of traditional detection methods alongside advanced technology. As night fell, the investigation had revealed the extent of a sophisticated intelligence operation targeting the royal family. But many questions remained unanswered, and the team knew that uncovering the full scope of the breach would require a comprehensive investigation that could take weeks or months to complete. The breakthrough came 3 days after the initial discovery, when digital forensics expert Dr. James Wright identified a unique programming signature embedded in the surveillance devices. The code contained markers that matched intelligence databases of known foreign surveillance technologies, specifically linking to operations conducted by a sophisticated international espionage network. Harrison had been working around the clock since the incident, coordinating between multiple agencies as the investigation expanded far beyond the initial security breach. The discovery had triggered the largest royal security review in decades, with every aspect of royal protection protocols being examined and enhanced. Dr. Wright's analysis revealed that the devices were part of a coordinated intelligence-gathering operation that had been targeting multiple high-profile government figures across several countries. The sophistication of the technology and the coordination required suggested state-level involvement, though identifying the specific responsible parties remained challenging. Rex had become something of a celebrity within the security community, with requests coming in for the dog to examine other sensitive vehicles and facilities. Chen had been assigned to lead a new specialized detection unit that would combine advanced scanning technology with the exceptional capabilities of specially trained dogs like Rex. The forensic analysis of the device memory banks had uncovered a treasure trove of intelligence about royal movements and security procedures. The devices had been recording not just location data, but detailed patterns of royal activities, security response times, and communication protocols used by protection teams. Chief Inspector Holmes coordinated with international intelligence partners to share information about the discovered devices and their capabilities. Similar surveillance equipment was subsequently found on government vehicles in 3 other countries, confirming that the operation had been international in scope. Queen Camilla had insisted on maintaining as normal a schedule as possible once enhanced security measures were in place. However, the discovery had necessitated significant changes to royal protection protocols, including the implementation of new vehicle screening procedures and enhanced counter-surveillance measures. The investigation into how the devices had been placed led to the identification of a maintenance contractor who had been working at the royal vehicle facility. Thomas Mitchell, a 45-year-old electronics specialist, had been employed by the facility for 8 months before the devices were discovered. Mitchell's background check had initially appeared clean, but deeper investigation revealed connections to individuals with suspected ties to foreign intelligence services. When authorities moved to question Mitchell, they discovered he had left the country 2 days before the surveillance devices were found. The search of Mitchell's residence revealed sophisticated technical equipment and detailed plans of the royal vehicle facility. Hidden cameras and recording devices suggested he had been conducting surveillance of the facility's security procedures for months before placing the devices. Dr. Martinez's continued analysis of the surveillance devices revealed additional concerning capabilities. The devices contained dormant programs that could be activated remotely to disrupt vehicle systems, including potentially interfering with security communications or even affecting vehicle operation systems. The discovery of these additional capabilities led to an immediate expansion of the vehicle inspection protocols. Every royal vehicle underwent comprehensive technical analysis to ensure that no additional devices or system modifications had been made during Mitchell's period of access. International intelligence sharing revealed that Mitchell was part of a network that had been operating across multiple countries, targeting government officials and gathering intelligence on security procedures. The operation appeared to be part of a larger effort to map and potentially compromise the security arrangements of allied nations. Harrison worked with the enhanced security team to develop new detection protocols that would prevent similar breaches in the future. The combination of traditional methods, like Rex's exceptional detection abilities, with advanced scanning technology proved to be the most effective approach. The investigation revealed that the surveillance operation had been years in the planning. Mitchell and his associates had carefully studied royal security procedures, identified vulnerabilities, and positioned themselves to exploit those weaknesses. The sophistication of their approach suggested extensive training and significant resources. Queen Camilla was briefed on the full scope of the operation and the measures being taken to prevent similar incidents. She expressed gratitude to the security team, particularly acknowledging Rex's crucial role in uncovering the surveillance devices before they could compromise additional operations. The international investigation led to the identification and arrest of several individuals connected to the espionage network. However, the sophisticated nature of the operation suggested that many participants remained unidentified and potentially active. Rex's exceptional detection work led to his assignment to a new specialized unit dedicated to counter-surveillance operations. The dog's unique ability to detect objects that traditional scanning equipment might miss made him invaluable for protecting high-value targets and sensitive facilities. The case prompted a comprehensive review of security contractor vetting procedures, enhanced background checks, continuous monitoring, and new access control systems were implemented to prevent similar infiltrations in the future. Dr. Martinez's team continued analyzing the sophisticated surveillance devices, working to understand their full capabilities and identify potential countermeasures. The technology represented a significant advancement in surveillance capabilities and required corresponding advances in detection and prevention measures. Chief Inspector Holmes presented the investigation findings to parliamentary security committees, leading to increased funding for counterintelligence operations and enhanced security measures for all government officials. The case had demonstrated the evolving nature of threats facing democratic institutions. The maintenance facility where Mitchell had worked underwent complete security restructuring. New protocols were implemented that required multiple authorization levels for accessing royal vehicles, and continuous monitoring systems were installed to detect any suspicious activity. Harrison's role in coordinating the investigation led to his promotion and assignment to head a new specialized unit focused on protecting high-value targets from sophisticated surveillance threats. His experience with the case made him one of the leading experts in counter-surveillance operations. The investigation revealed that the surveillance operation had gathered intelligence not just on Queen Camilla's movements, but on a wide range of royal activities and security procedures. This information could have been used to plan more serious attacks or to compromise other members of the royal family. Chen and Rex became the foundation for a new detection program that combined human expertise with animal capabilities and advanced technology. Their success in detecting the sophisticated surveillance devices demonstrated the importance of multi-layered security approaches. The discovery of the surveillance devices led to enhanced cooperation between intelligence agencies of allied nations. The international nature of the threat required coordinated responses and shared intelligence to effectively counter sophisticated espionage operations. Several months after the initial discovery, the investigation had resulted in the disruption of an international espionage network, the arrest of multiple operatives, and significant enhancements to royal security procedures. However, investigators knew that other similar operations might still be active and continued their vigilance. The case became a landmark in royal security, demonstrating both the evolving sophistication of threats and the importance of exceptional detection capabilities. Rex's role in uncovering the surveillance devices earned him recognition as one of the most successful detection dogs in royal security history. Queen Camilla's security detail was completely restructured following the investigation, with enhanced protocols that incorporated lessons learned from the surveillance device discovery. The new measures provided multiple layers of protection against both traditional and technological threats. The investigation's findings were shared with security services worldwide, contributing to enhanced protection measures for government officials and heads of state globally. The sophisticated nature of the surveillance operation had implications far beyond royal security and influenced counterintelligence practices internationally. Harrison often reflected on the morning when Rex's unusual behavior at the checkpoint had uncovered one of the most sophisticated surveillance operations ever discovered. The case had demonstrated that even the most advanced threats could be detected when human expertise, animal instincts, and technological capabilities work together effectively. The enhanced security measures implemented following the discovery ensured that royal protection remained effective against evolving threats. The investigation had revealed vulnerabilities, but had also demonstrated the dedication and capability of the security professionals responsible for protecting the royal family. Years later, the case remained classified in many of its details, but it continued to influence security practices and served as a reminder of the constant vigilance required to protect democratic institutions from sophisticated threats. Rex's exceptional detection work had prevented what could have been a much more serious security compromise, demonstrating that sometimes the most sophisticated threats are uncovered by the most fundamental security measures. Well-trained professionals and exceptional detection capabilities working together.